stuff for the game today, which was good. It was good. I was cramming up until the last minute. But since we've already started a little bit late, we're just gonna get straight into the recap so we can start. Sam.
You got it. So we opened up on a busy day for the camp with a bunch of refugees coming in. I want to say it was 200 to 300 refugees. Um, we take a mission to go to a village called Hope Prevails that was established by Rorkin, an NPC that we know from Greenwood. Um, Amongst the people that are going with us include a bunch of members of the White Cross Company, a elven, definitely not obviously monk named Kelsang Tenzin, which are not names that I recognize from any
Mm-mm.
media whatsoever.
Nope.
And also a Dragoneye elementalist sorcerer named Moreki, but we have yet to see Moreki. When we got to Hope Prevails, we met up with Rorkin a little bit. He is missing his left arm, so he's not particularly battle ready anymore. But we set up our cabin, named it the Moonshine Cottage, got our private rooms, which we all had to claim, and they are customizable with a little bit of force of will, which is very, very neat. There's also a library that we should look at some point. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Um, we also go back, talk to Rorkin some more, get our orders, and then Rorkin wants to stop us and talk about the aftermath of what he saw in Greenwood, which was that there were absolutely no remains left of anybody. Everyone was taken to a one. On an out of character level, we think we know why, but in character, only Titan amongst the PCs knows that Izael may very well be growing primordial cores in its prisoners of war. So that's fun. Regardless, we also got Fazil's old gear, which included a full set of armor, circlet, and magical ring, and his old glaive, which are all magical items and all powerful and useful. Then we shipped out with the White Cross, sang a jaunty little tune on the way, and we're on our way to go engage in guerrilla warfare with bandit raiders.
Mm. Good. Excellent. Anybody have anything they want to add?
No, that was
Nope.
great.
Mm-hmm. I would agree. Okay. So we'll pick up where we left off, which was you've been trekking down the merchant's way westward, um, heading back towards your neck of the woods, if you will, back towards the direction of Greenwood and all the other smaller outlying towns and villages that existed along this part of the way. You are accompanied by two operational task force, two OTFs of White Cross Company, which one you're familiar with, led by Sergeant Riot, the other of which you are not. So did I say two? Three.
Three teams of five.
Yeah. So one of which you're familiar with, Sergeant Riot, then the other two, Sergeant Brownie, and does anyone have the name for the third sergeant? Because I wrote up several, and I didn't actually know which ones were here, like a dum dum. I'm pretty sure it's Doorjam.
I do not know.
Well, it's Sergeant Doorjam now. And I'll just throw these into the Foundry chat in case you want to start.
Yeah, no, my note says Doorjam.
Keeping track of names. Yeah, so you're traveling down the road for a little bit of time. You're essentially just traveling at this juncture, waiting for you to actually get closer to the territories where the bandits have been identified by Rorkin's scouts. So a couple of hours pass by, of which you were singing songs and talking to the other members of the White Cross Company here, sort of getting a vibe for everybody. You likewise talk over the various dossiers provided by Rorkin in the various locations he suspects several bandits have probably set up shop to start building bases of operation in order to continue pressuring Hope Prevails. So that way they're not having to make constant treks backwards towards the Badlands for equipment, supplies, and rest. That being said, there are conveniently four towns, four villages, four settlements of varying sizes and natures that have been outlined and are currently being discussed amongst the White Cross Company and yourselves as to once you've gotten close to these locations, who wants to go where. Essentially, picking your job to go see what's what in these various towns, and then dealing with or reporting back as necessary. And the short and narrow of it is, you have four locations essentially. All of them are about half a day's trek to a full day's trek past Greenwood. You guys will eventually be coming up on that fork in the road. One is northward towards the coast, a small fishing village, which is also not too far from a previously relegated mission, a mission that went to another group of mercs to go recover and essentially salvage the remains of an Albira warship that was run aground on the north coast. So there's a fishing village along there, rocky coastline. Seems like a good location for them to want to set up. Ample opportunity to fish and supply themselves with food in case they end up trying to press this for a longer period of time. A town that is closer on the northern side, but in the middle of the of a large kind of open meadow. Which it's small. Workin's notes from his scouts only denote that there's a population of maybe 20 people that lived there once upon a time. But it is more highly noted that they were well known for producing a special type of wine that is made from a very unique berry that grows only in that town. And it is said to have healing properties. On the southern side, there is the largest settlement. This is the furthest settlement all the way out. So from where your current location, about 36 hours west, is the largest settlement after Greenwood. So after you pass Greenwood, but technically before Greenwood, heading eastward, which is more of the way everyone would recognize it. The largest settlement that most merchant companies and convoys would stop at because it was home to a couple hundred people, closing in on close to 1,000, and could support large merchant groups and people to set up and get ready before they pass through the Titan's Horn mountain range. So likely, if they're going to set up and build a base, this would be the location where it most likely happen. And then further south, through the hills and over the woods, if you will, there is a orchard town, population of about 200, filled with fruit plantations for miles. The village is basically built dead center. It was not really a place that was a stop for merchants, but was definitely a staple of the region, because they supplied a major food source to pretty much all the surrounding towns and villages for, miles and miles. And so yet another important resource that might be worth tackling. So out of these basic descriptions, does anybody have any questions in relation to any of them?
So this goes back a long, long way, but the first time we fought bandits,
Mm-hmm.
one of them fled the scene. That guy fled northward, correct?
He fled north and east out of the village. Mostly because you guys were pressing in from the west, so that was the logical conclusion for him to run.
Got it. It's a very slim, or a very, very small thing to hope that he might have run back to his base. But even so, Roz would rather go with whatever Callista would like to do, because we're in her territory right now.
Well, it's definitely always asking for input. I did have a question just to make sure.
Mhm.
All these villages, even if they're like south or north a little bit, there's only like one main road straight through this part of the continent, right? It's just
Yes.
the merchant path.
Yep.
And anything else would involve probably trudging through the greenwood.
Yeah, side roads, nothing paved. Just things that have been worn in or cultivated by the villages that want people to stop there.
Nothing that a large group of bandits would probably travel through unless they were specifically trying to avoid notice.
Correct. Otherwise, it is extremely convenient to just travel along the merchant's way. And as for Callista's input, she would tell you to go to Mist Meadow. She says the berries there are extremely magical and could prove extremely valuable to the camp in terms of being able to provide a source of immediate reagents for healing potions.
Then that's Roz's vote, which sounds like the one she would have gone for anyway.
She also says the wine is extremely good.
I'll be to Joe to that.
We got the healing wine.
No offense, Roswin, but I don't think you will be the judge of that.
Well, if it's
Latest
actually
problems
good,
with
I'll drink
alcohol.
it. The last wine you got was bad, that's all.
For a second, I thought that I forgot that Roz stopped liking alcohol all of a sudden, and I thought you were just mocking her lower taste. Big Mythlight guy coming in here. Lilith would agree that securing resources for something as valuable as healing potions is probably really important. And also maybe something the bandits would be interested in if they know about it.
Even better if they don't have them.
Yeah, like Whitecross pretty openly converses about the various locations and which of their squads are better suited for certain things. Based off of the reports and your gathered interest towards Mist Meadow, Riot will just sort of pipe up. I mean, if all you all are happy to go there, big flat open ground. If you're going to be okay with, you have to pick a fight, just doing it all out in the open.
Makes for an easy shot. Granted, that works in reverse too, but
It does. Just so as you're happy with your choice. Yeah, we have we got 3 groups here, all different specialties. But I feel like the Mist Meadow one is the most benign of your options here.
We can do it. We can handle it.
All right, well, we won't stop you then. We'll divvy up the other 3 amongst ourselves then. Sorry. Was writing notes and had a brain fart where I was like, what was I doing?
It's okay. That was me when I'm trying to remember everything you literally just said.
Yeah. Also part of what I'm providing for you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, the sergeants and I think we should establish a rendezvous point for us, someplace we can all fall back to in case one of these places don't work out for us. Like if one of us goes to Lutton and the whole place is just swarming with bandits, we can't exactly do something about it until we all reconvene. So, I mean, I heard y'all from this area, right? You have any suggestions?
Don't know.
Good question. Do we have suggestions?
I was gonna say Greenwood might work if it's not occupied by anything.
I mean, yeah, you basically just a central location which you can travel from. Rorkin's already said that they've his people and other people apparently have picked over Greenwood, and as far as he knows, it's not occupied. So if you wanted to use that as a camp spot for now, that's a choice. Otherwise, you could pick out a bunch of smaller locations if you wanted to. Places along the road, including like the outlying farmlands that were attached to Greenwood that Corona's family and a couple of other families were responsible for. Could even be a choice on the far side of the farmland instead of closer to Greenwood. Otherwise, the sort of villages that you all are currently scoping out with Whitecross, or sort of all the other possible refuges that would have been available. So in terms, you could also just choose to scout out a new location, so you would know, because you guys are from here, you would have favorable knowledge as to where to look, but you'd actually have to spend some time to do it. And I can give you a advantage on your checks to do so if you don't want to pick a known location.
Greenwood might be distracting for me to be in.
What about Moondrop Lake?
Not much further from home. Just as distracting, wouldn't it?
If y'all aren't ready to go back there, we don't have to. We can find a campground for ourselves.
There might be something near here. I think it's worth looking around.
All right. And how about this? We split up, take the rest of the day to find a spot, set up camp for ourselves, and from there we can strike out bright and early tomorrow morning. We'll go see if we can find any locations independently, and then reconvene to decide amongst them which might be best. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
All right. I'll head north. And the other sergeants, yeah, we'll take southwest, and I'll take southeast. And yeah, you're essentially searching for a location that is suitable to house about 20 some odd people. That will be good for the current weather conditions, and likewise to be able to provide maybe a little bit of security in case you were found out. So for the party member interested, you can make a survival check at advantage.
I think Roz has the best survival.
I believe so. I'm only a
Mm,
+2.
Yeah, Titan's a +2.
Roz's is +3.
Oh no, Titan is also +3. Doesn't matter.
Okay. My roll is a 15.
15. Okay. Yeah. So everybody strikes out, and rather, you know what I mean. And you spend some time walking through, like I said, areas not too unfamiliar to you. You know, swaths of grasslands and hills that you're familiar with, even if only having just seen it from the distance or from short trips, during times of the year when the weather was nice. And you manage to find a kind of series of kind of rough hills where there is a spot where there's a flattened out section uh, between two hills that kind of is right in the middle, which would provide at least a location that if it does decide to downpour, the water will at least run off. It provides you cover from the western direction where enemies would hypothetically be approaching from. But it is a bit exposed on the northeast and south sides. So serviceable.
All right. I think this is the best we're going to find personally in this area. Want to meet back up with everyone else and see what they found.
Let's go see if they spotted anything better. I mean, this is good enough for now.
You all eventually reconvene with Whitecross. Of which two of the squads, both Riots and Door Jams, report that they had pretty much shite luck. Nothing was very good. However, Brownie's squad comes back with news of a cave. And not just a simple cave, but a cave with a tunnel network attached to it. If they said if nothing else, it provides the most defensible location, the best opportunity to stay out of sight. And if timing allow, maybe there's something at the end of the cave that might be worth looking into.
All right. So we take the cave, right? Well, it's out to the elements.
Whitecross all agree with that. They think the cave is the best choice.
Perfect. Another cave it is. Getting used to sleeping in caves with Whitecross.
Happening in a lot, huh?
At least twice. Quite a bit for every time I slept in a cave with Whitecross.
Fair warning, I can't make fire today.
What does that mean?
Well, last time I was keeping the cave warm with fire.
We can always start one with wood and flint box.
It's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike last time, we're not on a mountain. We're in a forest.
Mm-hmm. We also brought firewood.
It's you being prepared.
Well,
good
of
little
course we
soldiers.
are.
I think they've been doing this for a while.
Yes, do you think between the 15 of us that we don't have enough equipment amongst ourselves to, well, essentially build a small fort in the middle of this road if we had to?
See, we could be taking lessons from this. We should be taking lessons from this.
We literally offer lessons to anybody that wants to come and spend time. Like, we actually do coursework. The White Cross, the White Cross Company way, the thing. And if you get to the end of the course, you get to go meet our drill sergeant. That's when you get a nickname.
Free nickname?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, do you think my name is Riot by birth?
What is your name?
You don't need to know that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and then kind of at that juncture, you realize, yeah, it kind of makes sense given that some of the other White Cross members whose names you've caught up with as you've been walking down the road, like, Corporal Roadweed or Private Pond Scum.
Sergeant Doorjam.
Yep. Private Doomsayer. Yeah, they've got some. They've got some names. And here's the two full groups. You've already met Riot Squad, so if you don't have notes on them, that's your fault.
Let's I'm gonna scout out this cave, make sure there's nothing nasty sitting in the back.
Sure, it's fine.
Well, we didn't manage to go all the way in. We only explored for about 2 minutes before deciding it would be worthwhile to bring everybody back to secure it. So if we want to gather a team together to send them in, we can at the very least pick a location to block off if we don't feel the great need to dive all the way down into the depths of whatever the cave is.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Are any of you good in seeing in the dark?
I've got elf eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're lucky to get the one.
Okay. All right, elf eyes, crowbar, laughter. You three, go see what's what. Make sure there's nothing living in the cave.
Oh no.
What do you mean, oh no? Nothing weird in this cave.
Lilith will go in with the others and quietly make her way through the cave, see if anything's up.
Who feels like they have the most malicious luck tonight?
I feel like that isn't even a question at this point.
I know it's a weird question, but hey, I just want to see if someone's going to volunteer.
You know what? I would love to volunteer.
roll a D100 for me, please.
A D100.
Yeah,
okay.
for just for no reason.
These sometimes come out fine for me. I have rolled a 1 on this before. 74.
Okay. Perfectly in the middle. Okay, Lilith, you and Crowbar and Laughter are delving into the cave. Do you have a preferential position you'd like to be in?
Looking at them, what do Crowbar and Laughter look like they specialize in terms of if a fight broke out?
Crowbar, given his name, has a kit that makes him look like he's somewhere between an assassin and a burglar. He's got a brace of knives strapped to him. He's got a pair of short swords on his thighs, but he also is just absolutely just strapped to the nines with all kinds of gadgets and doodads and things to basically break open doors, crates, chests, anything of that nature. Also appears to be a forest elf, near as you can tell. Laughter, she is a dwarf, a jewel dwarf from the reflective mineral ruby colored eyes that she has. Wears scale mail, carries a warmall. Looks like an easy front walker to anyone else.
Yeah, I think laughter in the front. Love will take up like right behind her.
Okay. And will you're gonna stick Crowbar in the back?
Got a bunch of gadgets on him that seem like they might break if he gets hit.
Fair enough. Okay. In which case, you're going to travel down. So as you all get in there, the cave mouth, the entrance is about 8 feet across, about 5 feet high. So some people have to duck to get in. But once you get inside, it kind of opens up into a wide, flat dome. It's about 15, like a 15-foot radius, 10-foot ceiling at its highest point. And then kind of in the back, with the way the stone naturally looks like it's kind of been eroded through, there is a pretty kind of tight-fitting space that someone like Titan might struggle to get into, but anyone else of a less broad persuasion can work their way in, such as the elves. And you delve in as the rest secure perimeter and go through their equipment. Lilith, make a perception check for me.
Incredibly average. That's a 12 total.
Okay. Led by Private Laughter and followed by Private Crowbar, you travel for 2-3 minutes, kind of working your way through this, checking for signs of anything in this cave. Nothing's growing down here. Nothing looks like it's left any scratch marks or anything like that. Stock standard cave. After a certain point, you think maybe while part of this might have been eroded in by water, you do think something tectonic shift is kind of created what is now this further deeper kind of trail that you continue to follow. After another minute or two, you do reach another space that opens up, another room. This one is about 3 times the size as the other one. You can hear the sound of running water, and your vision goes out to the edges of the room, and then it fades to black. Your dark vision failing you beyond that point. You any else see anything?
Can't see the other side.
Well, let's cross slow and steady then. Keep an eye out for things. Water could have brought something through here.
Follow your lead.
And Laughter pushes onward. When you get about halfway into the room, it descends down a bit before leveling out. And when you get to about that point, you can see where this underground river just kind of cuts through this area. It's not super deep, easily something you can walk through without much hassle. It'll come up to like just below just mid calf. So perhaps mild nuisance for Laughter, but for you and Crowbar, no big deal. You cross through the river, you get to the other side. Your vision begins to clarify where you see the other side of this cave, and you see that it has another opening that seems to continue on beyond even this room. How far do we want to keep going? We can just double back, block off the smaller passage. Unless we really want to see what's all the way at the bottom of this.
We just peek our head through, see what's on the other side of that, but turn back after.
You hear Crowbar laugh behind both of you. Yeah, sure. What could go wrong?
Now something's going to go wrong.
Someone that was a professional thief before signing up with White Cross, this is exactly the juncture where something goes wrong. I'll follow
Something you should be admitting.
you. Are you going to turn me in?
I mean, I won't.
Well, laughter certainly isn't. So I don't think it matters much, does it?
Fair enough.
Besides, I think people are allowed to have pasts that they're not exactly proud of and that they've moved on from.
Good point. I should be less judgmental. You're
Oh.
doing good work.
Thank you. And yes, you should be less judgmental. And you cross the room. You get to the second entrance on this side. Again, not quite as narrow, not quite as tough to squeeze through, but still pretty rough around its edges, where you think it's kind of been broken into the rock. You travel just beyond it, and you get to a spot where it steeply slopes down and is covered in like a coarse gravel. You think going down, super easy. Coming back up will be a problem. Rather, it will take effort and time. I didn't bring a climber's kit. Didn't think we'd need one.
I think knowing that we'd need a climber's kit to get back up, we can pretty safely say that most things aren't going to be coming up from there.
I feel like we have enough information. We can go back and report on it. We can let the leadership decide what to do then.
Agreed.
Good. I'm glad we're going back. This is exactly the time something comes out of the darkness and grabs one of us. Crowbar smirks and then turns around and begins heading back.
We'll follow.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping an eye behind her.
Back in the main central cavern space, is anybody doing anything, or do you just want everyone else to come back?
Nothing of significance.
Just helping them set up.
Okay. Yeah. It's between 10 and 15 minutes by the time the three cave explorers come back and report on their findings. Riot will sort of survey the room. Anybody feeling particularly adventurous and want to go spelunking? Or should we just seal up the cave for now while we're using it?
Personally, I think we got a mission already. And as much as I would love to get distracted and do something else, because it's very easy to get me to do that, I'd rather get some sleep and complete our mission.
I don't think the cave's going anywhere.
All right. We'll mark it on the map and report back when we finish up. If there's something worthwhile, someone else can find it. Okay. Crowbar, Biscuit, you two go seal up the tunnel. Make sure nothing creeps up on us while we're sleeping. With 2 crisp salutes, they grab packs and head down the way the other 3 just came back up. Their operation takes about a half hour and includes a bit of swearing, loud swearing that echoes up from the tunnel. But eventually they come back. In the meantime, White Cross has set up all of their various respective campsite amenities. They've likewise run a perimeter thread, of which one of their corporals enchants with magic for an alarm spell. But it has a couple of layers, not just the cave entrance itself, but a small perimeter surrounding outside the cave through various trees and brush to make sure no one sneaks up on you. Right, we'll just kind of give all of you greenies a look, and still have a couple of hours left in the day. If there's anything you want to do, but none of you need to worry about watch tonight. There's enough of us here that we're just gonna fall into routine.
I think I might go look around outside a little bit, see if I happen to run around any game.
Yeah, sure. Would you mind company? Snowbird fancies himself a hunter.
Wouldn't mind at all.
And you're familiar with Snowbird, the corporal of Riot Squad, the one with the Ice Hawk familiar.
Good to see you again.
Always a pleasure. I'll let you take lead.
Sure, yeah. Let's go while there's still some daylight.
Okay. So
We'll go out.
yeah, short version is a couple hours left in the day. Decide what you want to do with them. Sounds like Lilith is going to go do some hunting.
With only a couple of hours, I don't think there's a lot Roz could do. So take off the armor and relax. I've taken off armor in the middle of a mission.
Yes, because you'll totally have the 10 minutes of time to don it when you get ambushed in the middle of the night.
Exactly.
The classic D&D adventurer conundrum. You get woken up in the middle of the night by an attack of enemies. What is the first thing you grab? The major realization most adventurers are fighting basically in their pajamas when they get ambushed.
You grab the monk and you put him in front of you.
With 2 hours, Titan's gonna read more of Bandit's Book of Field Medicine.
Okay. Yeah, you got 3 hours of time, so feel free to add that to your list.
3 hours. Unless something comes up to distract him. What he's doing.
Anything for you, Melody?
I know that she doesn't need to like prepare spells in the traditional sense, but I
Mhm.
think she's kind of just spending some time meditating. Like I don't really know what to call it, but yeah, just kind of preparing for tomorrow.
Visualizing.
Yeah, yeah. She's fought some automatons, but this is the first time it might actually be a fight kind of thing. So yeah, just
Okay.
kind of preparing for it.
Okay. In which case, for you, Quinn, you're going to roll a d20.
19.
Nice. Was that just the D20?
Yeah.
Add survival. You would.
So 21.
Very nice. You definitely crushed the DC. So roll a percentile die, please.
A flat 80.
A flat 80, pretty good. Roll the D4.
That's a 2.
Okay. You acquire 2 fresh ingredients plus 1 hide.
She will call that a successful trip and make her way back with Snowbird.
Okay. Well, the remainder of the night goes by. Like I said, pretty routinely. White Cross Company, you can tell they've done this sort of thing a lot. They get set up, they get comfortable. Meals are prepared. They have constant people on watch and doing perimeter walks to make sure things are things are all right and everything is ship shape. They happily share food with you, all of you, if none of you are in a particular cooking mood to prepare for yourself or eat rations. Otherwise, those that aren't on like an active duty of some sort, they're mostly just kind of biding time, playing cards, swapping stories, telling jokes, and just sort of enjoying themselves. They seem, when they're not working, very laid back, but when they have an assignment given to them, they're very all about the job. A discipline you've become very familiar with by this point. But if there's nothing else to do in the evening, you are free to long rest if necessary. And the following day will dawn. Hang on, doing math. As the new day arrives, the air temperatures continue to drop a little. It's humid, so the air is bitingly cold. You awake to the grasses being coated in frost. The far distant sun only just beginning to rise, streaking the skies with oranges and reds and yellows, breaking the darker colors of the night. Over the course of the previous evening, the 3 sergeants, Dorjam, Brownie, and Riot, would have, with the map of the area provided by Rorkin, and a little bit of cross-reference from all of your respective knowledges, would have been able to basically pinpoint all of the locations of the villages in terms of more exacting distances. And they would have divvied up the jobs as to figure out who's going where. Just so you're all in the know. OTF-1, led by Sergeant Brownie, is going to go to Lutton, so the furthest distance, but her team is more specialized for stealth and observation. Doorjam is going to go to Glendow to check out the fruit orchards. And Riot's going to go to the fishing village, because she thinks they're definitely going to run into something there, and there's no need for niceties. It's far enough away from everything else that they can be as loud and obnoxious as they want. Which leaves Mist Meadow to all of you, which the good news is, based off of the location where this cave is only 4-5 hours from where this cave is located to the west. Because it was on the northern side of the road, so now you're kind of perpendicular to it. Okay, so we have our assignments. We know where we're going. Obviously, time to different locations is going to going to affect our ability to recall in a timely fashion. So for those of us that return here first, give yourselves an opportunity to rest. And if in that time no one else has arrived back, if you have the ability to scout at great distances, such as with Snowbird's familiar, see if you can gather information. Otherwise, pack up and head to the nearest location to provide aid if necessary, and so on and so forth from that point forward. Simple, understood?
Understood.
Great. All right. Well, good luck to everybody. Hopefully everything goes swimmingly and we get to crack some skulls.
See you all soon.
And White Cross packs up, and the 3 squads march off in different directions, leaving the greenies to make their way to Mist Meadow.
So we do.
And so you do.
Any of you ever been to Mist Meadow?
Can't say I have, no.
You are allowed to just decide and say you have, for any of you who've lived in the area. All of you.
I imagine at some point Titan did some exploring. Been there a long time.
Yeah, like I said, Mist Meadow's close enough. It's less than a day's, trek on foot from Greenwood. And they're small and hospitable, so it wouldn't be unreasonable. Yeah, like I said, Mist Meadow was home to like less than 30 people. They have an inn to accommodate people that would stop through, is where most of their money comes into the village. If you exclude their wine, which they're famous for, which they make in a traditional manner and sell per bottle, 150 silver each. And is what basically kept this small village happy and healthy and fed.
Lilith is happy to make just idle chatter in our 5-hour walk through the woods.
And chatter you do. Just setting up some tokens that I hadn't done yet. I also inadvertently stumbled into what I think is a very funny bit for something that I will not be too specific about, but you will all eventually discover. And I think you all similarly appreciate how that played out. Boy, howdy. How many bandits can you kill this time? I really have to consider them like the last time all of you fought against bandits. I thought I put in so many that it was certainly going to be considered a near party wipe. And you still managed to win. So now I'm here going, how many more do I have to add?
That's when you just keep a bunch out of sight and have them trickle in until we start losing.
Not a bad idea.
Clown car bandit encounter.
Yep, pretty happy with that. Okay. So you travel for a couple of hours. until the sun is high in the sky and a bit of the cold is taken away from the sunlight. You approach Mist Meadow from the east. And as described in the report, it is situated in a valley, hills on all sides, and down at the bottom, it is a small town built up on a raised hill with low rock walls kind of ringing it in. And when I say low rock walls, I mean they're 3-4 feet high, easy enough for someone to just kind of casually vault over. But even from where you're at, yeah, you can clearly see in the center of town there's a higher section of it that has continued to be elevated, and it looks quite unusual because it's made from an extremely dark, almost like a volcanic rock. It has a bit of a reflective glint to it that you can see from the distance, which is quite unusual for the area. But if there's any volcanic activities in this area that the village has somehow taken advantage of, it would explain why the berries that they harvest here are so good and so rich and so healthy. That being said, even from the distance you're at, 500, 600 feet out comfortably, you can see that there's a good body of people kind of milling about in the village. You are free to throw some perception checks for any of you trying to gather some information here.
Yeah, useful to try to figure out if these are ordinary villagers or bandits. Unfortunately, I don't think 4 perception's going to help.
Nope.
10.
For once, Titan's
9.
alert and paying attention, a modified 20.
Oh, good, because no one else did well. Titan. Maybe because you have a bit of recall from the time that you visited here, or just because you got a good night's sleep and you are ready for anything that the world could throw at you. From where you all are on that hill in the distance, being mindful of your position and not to give yourselves away, you can kind of take note of the village, of which everything looks as you mostly remember it. But there's a section of the village that you can tell has been kind of overrun, and there's a series of tents that have been set up. And from this distance, very distinctly, a good half of the people milling about are drenched in a blood red color, either clothes or tattoos. They're all kind of nondescript from this particular distance, but you can tell that these are certainly not the people of Mist Meadow.
Well, Titan warns everybody.
Let's move you all over here.
Sounds like red plates, maybe. Just basing that on the color red.
You were told they are often seen wearing tribal paint. Usually the blood of their enemies.
We were also told that they fight like animals and expect no mercy and give none in return.
Can't see anything.
Oh, yep. Hang on. We'll just drop your tokens onto the map then. Nope, not you, Corona.
He's back.
Snake.
Well, since you seem to be able to
Right
see
there,
them a bit
there.
better
The view
than the
might
rest
be.
of us. How many can you see, Titan?
Rough count, Titan, from your perception check earlier, just over a dozen. After you're kind of patiently watching for a minute or two.
All right, yep, he'll relay that information. Just over a dozen.
pretty sure there's no civilians left among them.
As far as you can tell, Titan, you don't think so. To have a definitive answer, you all would have to get closer. But based off of their movements and the way they're interacting with one another, you don't think so.
No, kid, I think we're in for a fight. They've got civilians. They're prisoners in one of the buildings. Can't see.
Perfect. So how do we take them?
Well, we're pretty outnumbered, which means we should try to get the drop on a smaller group of them that are separated if we can.
Probably best not to just run across open field either. Willing to bet they've got more ranged options than we do.
All right. Well, what are the odds, you think, of us being able to take that elevated hill position and defend from there? So we've got a superior position relative to all of them, especially all their various ranged options you're pointing out.
We might have a chance of getting there before we're spotted if we go through the vineyard. But coming from anywhere else, they definitely see us. And then we'd be doing to they'd be doing to us what we're hoping to do to them.
If you think it's possible, then I'd suggest you lead the way. If you don't think that it's very possible, find another one.
I think it really depends on how confident all of you are at sneaking.
Bad idea.
In which
It's
case,
odds in agreement. I tend to stick out.
we may be better off jumping the stone wall at the southern part and taking those ones at the camp. Then at least we'll have the tents and everything for cover.
Perfect. They'll be unprepared for us and all. Jump over, kill them all.
I've also got Callista's hat. And Audie kind of like tugs at the hat on her head. Could I ask it a question? And well, you can find out if at least one of these course of action's a good idea.
Ooh, yes, I recommend that. That would be very wise.
Callista recommends that.
Well, she would. It's her hat.
Speaking of, we'll go through her bag, pull out Callista's deck of cards, and hand them over to Audie.
Thank
You
you.
know,
Such
she
a
told
simple
me
need.
that these work better when you're wearing the hat, so
Yes, and I think this actually helps me with this spell.
it is missing a card, but hopefully that won't matter as much.
I think as long as you don't need some justice, well, yeah. Let's see. Let's hope it does matter. Yeah, and Audie's gonna cast augury.
Mm-hmm.
I think the course of action we decided was best was hopping the wall and trying to sneak in.
I think it was hopping the southern wall into their tents as our entry point.
Mm-hmm.
Like ambushing them, taking those guys out first.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what Audie is going to do. Just gonna cast a spell and shuffle the cards and draw the top card because I
Okay.
think that's how this works.
Um. Okay. Melody, you draw the card. No, for my own funsies, I just kind of want to see what the top deck of the card is. Find where I put my deck of cards.
Somehow, it's the Justice.
It found its way back in the deck. Give me a second to get the deck.
It did get destroyed in the Chaos Temple. That's entirely possible.
Why is it every time this Chaos Temple comes up, something new? I didn't know the deck of cards lost a card from Chaos Temple.
Every time we bring it up.
Yeah.
It was an eventful temple.
It sure was.
I'm sorry, what did I miss?
New thing from the Chaos Temple Titan hadn't heard of.
Yeah. Definitely didn't consult the ghost witch about burning one of her cards.
To be fair, Lilith didn't think it would burn it.
Magic chaos fire. What are you gonna do? Okay, just for my own fun. Yeah, interesting. Ani, you pull the card. And first, you have only a brief moment to sort of see the card itself, before you're kind of overtaken by a quick, rapid vision. Something that almost kind of makes your head spin with how fast the imagery comes. And you see brief glimpses of what you think is your party's plan in action. Hopping the southern wall into the camp to immediately engage with the Red Blades. The battle immediately commences, and you hear sounds. It kind of freezes, like mid-swing of a weapon, and then you begin to hear sounds. You hear screams, just things that are very, very disconcerting. Your omen is both weal and woe.
Okay. Yeah, and Audie will share that. Good luck, well. You have to pop possibility for success, but it's not going to be as easy as we think it is. There's a good chance things could also go very poorly. Kind of middling, honestly.
Isn't that always the way with battle?
Yeah. Could mean a lot of things, though. Could mean you got prisoners. Could mean they're waiting for us. Could mean we end up with the leader on the other side of the fence.
Well, unless we have any better ideas. All right, then we go with the option that's both good and bad. Hop the fence and pick a fight.
And we'll see the results of that when we come back from our scheduled break.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba.
See you in 10. We're just gonna start again. You know what the really sad news is? When I did that, when I did the update for things which did fix all of the problems I was having with the slightly broken install, the problem is it outdated one of the modules I was using, which was StreamView, the thing that had the automated camera that moved around when I had the Battle Map overlay set up, which I don't have anymore, which I'm very sad about. Alas.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm surprised that got outdated.
Probably wasn't seeing a whole lot of use. Although, to be honest with you, I think it's probably also an easy enough fix that I might have Kay look at it in the near future.
I would do that.
Yeah, I'd appreciate it.
Also, quick question.
Yeah.
I was just curious if Audie would actually know what the card was she drew.
The Queen.
Slay Queen.
Let's see if you can see my. There, I'll go get the card again. So there, just so you can see it. It's a
Good
feast
card.
of blood.
Well, that's not unsettling.
That card's topical for one of us soon, I think, right? Thanksgiving's coming up in the US.
Yes, yes, it
Quite true.
is.
Yay, second Thanksgiving. Okay, y'all. So more or less, you've established your plan. You're going to hop the southern wall into the camp, and you're going to essentially just start a ruckus. So just position yourselves on the edge of the map as you see fit.
Ah, the duality.
Terrible. I've come to expect as much from my initiatives.
Oh, I see.
Pay no mind to the vomiting of d20s. It's one of those like, I think that got them all.
All right, my dex went up since the last combat. I have to remember new math.
You can do it. Didn't.
But it's a 7.
Nice. Good for that guy. I just gotta make sure everybody's situated happy. Yeah, I am missing one. Who are you? Where are you?
Yeah, one thing I did want to ask: how high are these like ledges?
Everything is at a graded 5-foot slope.
Gotcha.
Okay, so from the distance as you all eventually slowly descend and begin approaching Mist Meadow, the one thing that is very obvious, especially from your earlier observations, is that there is not a very particular order of patrol or watch or anything of the sort. And the closer you get, the more you can hear the sounds of. I have no better way to describe it than just common banditry. You know, roughhousing, swearing, cursing, an occasional like scuffle breaks out, things of that nature. And towards the center of camp, there's a little bit of stuff being done. But it makes it extremely easy to approach. And kind of in a slow motion hop over the wall, you enter into the camp amidst a camp full of, judging by their ritualistically tagged armor and dripping red tribal body markings, red blades. I'm just gonna do that. All right, Lilith. You're gonna start us off.
Yeah, she's going to off the wall along with everyone else. So as for clarity, is this a surprise round for us, or
Well, you weren't really sneaking up on them. You just kind of charged at the hill and ran over. I'm just gonna go with no.
Alright.
It involves a
means
bunch more dice rolls to figure out the answer to the question, so we're just gonna skip it.
just making sure? Because in that case, she hops the wall and is immediately going to break line of sight from all the bandits. And then bonus action hide.
Tried and true tactic. Yep.
Which will be an 18 total. And then she is immediately going to pop out and take a shot at the nearest guy. I dare hope that an 18 is enough to get advantage.
Yes, an 18 is enough to get advantage.
Uh, 21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
$26 points of damage.
Wow. Yeah, the arrow easily pierces their hide armor, catches them pretty much square in the ribs before they can even really respond.
And as part of that, the one right nearby is going to get some necrotic energy flung at them. Apparently involves Liz screaming like a banshee.
Apparently. Well, that was fun. Yeah, that seems like a failure.
They will take 1 point of necrotic damage.
Got him.
And with the last of her movement, just in case these guys react quickly, nope, just gonna go buddy cop with Roz if she's willing.
Of course.
That is her turn.
Okay. Nope. Hmm. Why me? Totally just not, moving a bunch of tokens off screen. Nope. Oh, yeah, yeah, for sure. And biggest target, furthest distance, Titan. This guy's just gonna shoot a light crossbow at you. He is going to roll again because he's at his longer distance. 19 to hit.
That's it.
Whopping 6 points of piercing damage.
Hey.
And that is all from him. Nope. Melody.
Awesome. Unfortunate that that they went before. I guess doesn't matter. But Titan goes next, so let's target Titan. And Audia gives him a pat on the shoulder and goes, "Come on, Titan. Let's disarm them a little, shall we?" Gives him a bit of a wink because she knows him and Roz are also not a fan of her and Lilith's puns. Before stepping a little forward so she can. Oh no, I think she's got line of sight on 3 of them. Do these 3 look like do these three look like they're the bruisiest?
Mm,
If Audie were to look out and go, "Oh, these three intimidate me," which three would those be?
I'm being real honest with you, all of them.
All of them. Great.
They're all very mean looking. If I had to say the meanest looking one, definitely this one here.
Yeah. Okay. Then these three on the back row, the top row, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to cast Bane because I think they're within 30 feet of her. Let me measure that.
Rulers.
35, 40, 40. Okay.
You have to
I
move
guess
forward
she
10
will-
feet to get everybody.
Yeah, she'll step forward to there.
Just make sure you step off the ruler.
There we go. Yeah. No. Click my token. 10 feet.
There you go. Yeah. So yeah. Also, you can cast from that position and then also scoot back if you'd like.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there a way she can like do that like shimmy step forward and like scuttle back?
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah,
Charisma saves, huh?
certainly are.
Bandits notoriously good at these.
Very charismatic creatures.
Yeah. Very funny that I have enough red d20s to roll all three of them at once, though, which is fun. What's the DC?
17.
Yeah. If they had a semblance of a charisma score, 2 of them would have succeeded, but that's 3 failures.
Excellent. And that's my turn.
Oh, wrong button.
Don't forget they have D4s.
Yep. Cause I'm gonna go hit him with a thing. Where are you? I'm pretty sure there's a loud noise about the happen, so I apologize in advance. Of which I learned if you go turn down the interface volume, it will not deafen you.
I need to remember that I could have actually just targeted them
Yes.
and actually cast a spell.
Did anybody else lose visibility on the map, or is that just me?
Just you.
I still have visibility.
Oh, that's alarming.
Do you need to refresh?
I'm just gonna load one scene and then come back. There I am. Oh, nope. What? Okay, that's a problem. Where I'm still getting information. Like I can highlight bandits because I can tell I'm getting the Bane thing in the top right corner, but I actually can't see the map right now. I think the only thing that might fix this is I have to reload the server. So I gotta boot you all up. Out. There we go. Sorry. Well, hopefully that doesn't keep happening. Okay, back in. Everything's maintaining. Crap. It did it again. This is a problem. Honestly, I'm inclined to just blame it on Bane because everything was fine until I just did that.
Yeah, it might be something to do with the
Um,
VFX not playing nice.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get rid of that. Go view this scene. View this scene. Didn't even load the map that time. I'm just gonna bring you all over here real quick.
And just like that, there was no encounter.
Dang, that easy.
I'm to be real honest with you, I'm gonna be a little upset. I put a lot of time in trying to get this ready in the last 2 days.
Oh, I meant because the combat tracker voids on the different scene.
Oh, I know. Hang on. just realized that I'm just gonna go hand delete all of the banes and see if that gets me anywhere. Is that really again? I was perfectly fine. Turn order was moving. Nothing seemed to be happening, and suddenly. All right, one more time. Go back here. Because I can load the landing page perfectly fine. Not loading my map at all.
What happens if you go to the next turn?
Great question.
Or back a turn or something?
Previous turn. Nothing. Like I said, I think all the information's there. It's just not displaying a visual. I really don't have an answer to this, and it's kind of frustrating. By the way, Kay, are you even logged on?
I am. Does it show that I'm not?
Yeah, you're not on the players list. Oh wait, no, there you are. Weird. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna... No. Okay. I can't even end the combat without it emptying out the entire turn tracker, which is also frustrating. I genuinely don't know what to do.
Launch in a different browser? Or is it, like Quinn said, it could be VFX.
Although, hang on, the browser suggestion's a good one because I'm actually not playing on a browser, which I should be. Well, not necessarily, but doing so can fix problems, such as this.
And I wasn't sure if you were intending to be streaming this map.
I can't right now.
Well, no, not right now, but like.
Well, no, I'm saying like even if we get fighting, I don't have a way to really properly display it. It's not set up because I relied on the module to do most of the work for me.
Got it.
And so with that not working as intended currently, I don't know what else to do with that. Okay, well, this is something I haven't said in like 20 years. I've logged in my alt account, and things seem fine. I'm just not going to mess with Bane. I'm just going to roll manually like I would have anyway.
Sounds good.
Cool. Now that's wasted a bunch of all of our time. Melody, you've cast Bane. You've stepped back. Anything else you're going to do?
I already gave Titan Bardic Inspiration.
True.
So
you're
that's
pretty much tapped.
That's my turn.
Hey, look, this bandit. This bandit's going to rush. Rush right up to the lovely couple.
Great. I'm gonna warding strike him.
Oh, that'd be a good idea.
Does a 17 hit?
17 does hit, yes.
Perfect. Healing 11 plus 5 plus 9. 25 points of damage.
25. Wow. Yep, felt that. Anything additional to that?
No, just that.
Okay. Well, originally it was going to go for the sweet little elf girl who shot his friend in the side, but it's now just going to attack you with reckless abandon.
All right, bring it
on. 25 to hit.
Yeah.
Strong lead in. He's going to wallop you with a great axe for 10 points of slashing damage.
Got it.
And that's his turn. Until the start of his next turn, which he won't make it to, you all have advantage against his attacks against him. Big surprise. This Red Blade Rider is going to kind of quickly stand up from his position, grabbing a pair of curved short swords from the dirt next to him, and he's going to kind of half turn, look like he trips, but instead is going to use that hand that he braced himself with as a launching point, and he's going to leap at you, kind of like a big game cat would. And he's going to come down here. Gonna take one swing at Roz. And miss, and one swing at Lilith. 20.
That will hit.
You're going to take 6 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
Oh, I forgot that he has that feature. I will take that into account next turn. And then, as a bonus action, is going to disengage. Quickly scuttlebutt over yonder. Titan.
Alright, Titan's gonna move up 5, 10, 15. Attack this guy with an arrow in him.
Yep, he's very bad off.
23 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Although only 7 damage on that.
Still a big owie.
Will bonus action attack him again?
Okay.
A lot. 26.
Yeah, not a problem for them.
Better damage. 10 more damage on that. Or no, sorry, 11 damage.
11. Yeah, that's sufficient to take this person down who was bleeding terribly from that arrow in his gut.
Okay. Titan's just gonna move up to there, and that'll be him.
Okay. Foremost in front is still Titan, so this other crossbowman's going to take a shot at Titan. Well, the natural one is not. A crossbow bolt's going to kind of whistle overhead. That's going to skitter over the stone fence over here, and that's that. This rider's going to reach back, grab a pair of hand axes. Immediately just going to turn onto Titan. And attack twice. First one's going to be a modified 20.
Yep.
Second one's a natural 1. 4 points of slashing damage. I also rolled a 1 on the damage dice. Similarly to his compatriot, he is going to use a bonus action to disengage. And he is going to scoot his way around there. This bandit is going to charge in with reckless abandon. Charge in. There we go. It's going to take a swing at the biggest target recklessly. Uh, 17 to hit, which does not.
Does not.
Great Axe comes in, very obvious telegraphed attack, very easy to repel. Where's our friend? This person's he's a simple man of basic tastes. He wants to get into the action as soon as he can. The Red Blade Shot Caller's turn. Is pick up their long pointed pike lying in the dirt next to them. Is going to kind of let out a yowl, half animal, half human, and is going to incite one of his compatriots to attack. And so he's going to have the same bandit that just missed his attack to attack Roz again.
Still with Bane.
But with Bane. Well, it was already probably not going to do it, but now it's definitely not going to. An 18.
Not gonna do it.
Nope, I got ahead of myself. It's fine. It's fine. Lad's gonna come charging up to actually he's gonna charge up there. He's got a pike. And he's going to literally just at a braced run attempt to run Titan through. Spectacular miss on the first attack. But a little better on the second with a modified 20.
Yep.
Bane only helps for one.
That's not true at all.
Oh, he is baned.
Yes. Also, this guy didn't. Bane has literally every attack and saving throw until the spell concentration is broken. Bane is extremely good.
Oh no, I just wasn't sure if you were remembering.
Nope, I wasn't.
Oh.
Well, good news is the modified 20 was brought down to a 16.
Oh, that misses.
Yes, it does.
Bane is important.
Bane is extremely important, and I need to be reminded about it since apparently I can't mark tokens to let me know which ones are baned. And I don't even want to attempt it here because I don't even want to grind anything to a halt again. So we're just going to go to Roz's turn.
Great.
There
The guy who
aren't-
hit Roz, strike him with advantage. Does a natural 20 hit?
Let me check. No, sorry. Roll again. Of course.
All right.
Oh, he did.
Let's
So
see.
it's 12 plus 9 plus 5.
Which
26 more damage.
let's say which one were you? This fellow.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh yeah. He literally just becomes a blood smear.
Oh, poor guy. Shouldn't have hit me. Not gonna leave the buddy cop, so pass turn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is like you hit him so hard with that attack. The campaign briefly became an Amazon original cartoon series. And if you know, you know. Lilith.
Lilith. This guy also swang like he had nothing to live for, right?
Yep.
Swung?
He swang away.
In which case, I'm going to hold my bow in one hand, item interaction, grab a rapier, and just stab him
Mm-hmm.
with advantage.
Of course, we all know that the famous scene from Signs where he's like, swang away, Meryl.
That movie scared the crap out of me as a kid.
It was a good movie for its time.
Okay, well, that's a natural 20 on my part as well.
Mm-hmm. Advantage.
Because should not have come recklessly swinging.
They're not thinking that far.
Okay, it's not as much damage as my longbow. That being said, it's 34 points of damage.
Yeah, not a lot. Not a lot at all.
I said not as much. I didn't say it wasn't a lot.
Touche.
Yeah, it was sneak attack, so that one back there is gonna get another screech. So wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna make it screech at the monitor again.
Oh, okay. I was ready for it. Natural 19.
That'll pass.
Yeah. Pretty good.
No damage for them then.
Okay.
That is Lil's turn. She's gonna stay buddy copped.
All right. Yep, that definitely feels like something that would happen. Mm-hmm. From a small window in the side of the tavern, a loud crack of a gunshot rings out towards Melody.
Oh boy.
Don't worry, I rolled a natural 2.
Great.
And the person who
Unless they've-
fired the shot immediately falls out of view.
So say unless they've got a plus 15, we're okay.
You've never seen someone take a shot so confidently and then vanish so quickly. Yes. The door to the tavern bursts open. And this fine fellow comes running out.
They've got fishmen.
Kind of rude. The dragon
That makes more sense.
Racist.
eye. Well,
I'd say being a fishman would have been bad.
can't just have you all having all the fun over here. Oh, long range is great. Everybody's a target.
But at disadvantage. Unless they are equipped with proper feats.
I mean, they don't have to worry about it. From out on the hill, there's going to be a brief flash of red energy, and a triple streak of fiery bolts are going to rain down on the party, specifically on Melody.
Would.
Spellcaster recognizes spellcaster.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, what a bunch of completely middling rolls. With the modifier, that will take me to... hang on. Farewell. Okay. 2 modified 20s and a natural 18, and an 18.
Those all hit.
Ow.
Yeah.
Seven fire damage for one. 5 fire damage for another. And 8 fire damage for the last.
Jeez.
And 3 concentration checks, please.
Yeah, 1 second. I need a calculator. I think that puts me to 14 health, but I want to make sure of that because, oof.
Well, just don't ask me to repeat those numbers.
It was a 5, an 8, and a 7.
20 damage.
I'm at 15. See, at one point might save my life.
It might.
Okay, so I just need to roll above a 10,
10.
3 times.
Correct. Not impossible.
We're gonna use Piece of Inspiration. Is that okay? We can do that?
Your choice.
I rolled a 1. I'd like to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a 9 anyway. So.
9.
With your modifier?
With your modifier?
Your modifiers?
I
The
didn't
con
think
save.
Yeah, it's a con
God,
save.
it's a con save. Okay, yeah, that's a 13.
Okay. Yeah, don't forget your modifiers.
Yeah, that is a 12.
Mm-hmm.
The first, the initial first one was still a natural one, so it was getting rerolled.
Yes.
And that one is 17 naturally. So
Okay.
we're good.
3 successes.
Yeah.
Okay then. Well, that's the Blood Witch's turn. This bandit is going to come charging out of the tavern. Don't tell me it collides with at least one wall. I understand. I built the door on a weird spot. Shut up. They are going to do nothing. And it's going to do a similar thing. Probably collide with a wall. Yep, because you suck. Is going to see how the pitched combat is going. Pull out their light crossbow mid-run. And is going to fire at the nearest target, which is Melody. 14 to hit.
That one misses.
Moving on. We've heard this tale already. Bandit comes out of the tavern. Bandit gets there.
Told you we were getting the bandit clown car.
And he's a simple man. He just wants to be part of the action. Yep. This sniper bandit has great aim and a great position. Is going to fire on Titan. Natural 1. Why? What is happening?
Good.
Misses yet again.
Good.
Melody.
All right, we're gonna do a measurement here.
You yet,
How
bandit.
far away are they? 55 feet. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like the fact that there's a whole group coming at us, so I think we're gonna use that on him.
Use one now.
We're gonna use Shatter.
Oh, you don't say.
I do say,
Hmm.
because it's at 60 feet. I was considering doing something else, but they're in a nice group, and that might not be there next round.
Very true.
Yeah, so we are going to cast Shatter, where each creature 10-foot sphere must make a con saving throw. They
Mhm.
might be hardy.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of want to see what this looks like, though.
Ooh, do you want me to do it then?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Just make sure,
I'll
again,
do
hey,
it.
before you do, everybody seriously, go to your interface volume under the music tab and crank that all the way down. It's responsible for any visual effects things that play. So if you don't want to blow your eardrums out, just lower that down.
All right.
Advice
Work.
taken.
We're all good. We're all good. I'm gonna hit the button.
Hit the button. I might ask you to place a template first, but
Cast the spell at 2nd level. Consume spell slot. Place measured template, which I think I have. Cast spell. Yeah. Formula thunder situation. And I just say normal. Oh, it rolls the damage for me. Okay.
if you want
That's-
to roll it physically, I'm okay with that.
Okay. For
Yeah.
some reason I thought that it asked you to do the saves, that's why. So
It asks it automatically rolls the saves for anybody that's targeted. So like for instance, it did roll one save.
for all
Just no,
oh,
it
I
rolled
should have
one save.
targeted.
Correct.
Got
That's fine. I'll just roll saves.
it. Okay. I like rolling the crit facts.
That is going to be 1 success
Mm.
and 2 failures.
And the third?
That's all 3. 1 success
success.
and 2
1
failures.
success, 2 failures.
There's 4 there.
There's 4 there.
Oh, sorry. The spear
Yep.
hunter is blending in so well to the.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why I'm like, there's 4 people there. That's a
Okay,
pretty good
that's
cluster.
yeah, right
Good
there,
eye.
right there. Yeah, I
Yeah.
honestly like. I didn't even. He blended in so well. Okay, it's 3
he
failures.
highlighted when I placed the template.
3
so-
failures, 1 success.
Perfect. Let's roll some thunder damage then. That's a 3. That's a 5.
So far, better than the dice roll
And
ones.
that's an 8. So that's
16.
16 damage on a failed save and 8 on the success. None of these are made of inorganic and non-magical objects that aren't being worn or carried. Okay. Wow, paste.
Yep.
Great.
Damn, Adi just killed 3 people.
With her screech.
Yep.
It's all of her worst nightmares come true.
But it was
Yup.
necessary.
Is this Audie's first kill?
We were told to give them. She technically killed a gnome.
Yeah,
one of
didn't
the
you
controllers.
viciously mock someone? No, there's only been one controller
Oh,
you guys have fought.
she-
It was another
she
bandit.
Did. She
It was
viciously
the
mocked the
gnome.
bandit. She viciously mocked the one bandit. Oh no, that was a.
Ah.
She hurt them. She didn't kill them. She viciously mocked
Oh.
the skeleton to death.
Adi
No,
killed a gnome with a crossbow.
yeah,
right?
it was
shot the crossbow.
the prisoner transport mission.
Yeah,
One of the 3 pilots.
Oh,
yeah,
that's right,
you killed
yeah.
one of the pilots.
yeah. And she was like, I still don't know how to feel about this. But she was told that these guys are going to murder you. So
To be
You gotta do
to be
something about it.
to be fair, these guys were definitely not red blades.
yeah, but we don't know that.
They don't look like red blades for what it's worth, but that's fair.
Fair.
They're still bandits. Like don't get it mixed. They're just definitely not what these guys are here.
Got it. Yeah. Oh, sorry. The last thing before ending my turn.
And their lives.
Well, yeah. Is anybody looking terribly off
You.
other than me? Because I know what I look like, but I know Titan's taken a few hits. But if he's
Titan
still
looks
got
fine.
some, all right, cool. I'm gonna healing word myself then.
That's a choice. Do yourself a favor when you roll the d4, roll an extra one.
An extra one.
Yeah, roll 2d4 because amidst various things that changed, we're going to use some of the new rules, such as the newer spells, and healing word and cure wounds, instead of being 1d8 or 1d4, are 2d8 and 2d4 now at first level.
Nice.
And they increase by 2d4 and 2d8 for every spell level you cast them up.
I will take 7 points of health back,
Did you add your modifier?
plus my con mod.
Nope. Charisma mod.
Charisma.
No, charisma mod. Oh,
Spellcasting mod.
I will take happy points back then. I feel so much better.
Wow, yeah,
Spellbook.
They really just buffed healing word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they buffed all healing.
That's good. Healing should
Yeah.
matter.
Agreed.
And I think I'm gonna sneak. Can I? I guess I can't really push myself against the tent. That's not gonna stop them from shooting at me.
It's gonna block their direct line of sight. It'll provide 3/4 cover essentially, which is a +5 to AC.
Great. Yeah. Audie's gonna like.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Yeah. This rider's just kind of doing a thing. Where he comes kind of rushing around the tent. He's doing so on all fours, with the grips of his weapons being in clenched fists, and he's still doing this like an animal. And he leaps at you again with a big long stretch. He's going to attack Lilith first. It's going to be a natural 20.
Oof.
I need you to make a strength save, Lilith.
I'm so good at these. I mean, honestly, that's pretty decent. That'll be a 13.
Okay. So first of all, you're going to take 11 points of piercing damage as the short sword connects.
Not as bad as I was thinking it would be.
Mm-hmm. And the 13 is exactly what you needed to save, so you are not knocked prone. But they are going to follow up with a second attack. Yeah, no, they're feeling it. They're just gonna double down on you, Lilith. This one way less good, especially with your buddy cop, is definitely going to miss. It's only 15.
Yep, miss.
Would you believe? Bonus action. It's like, how's it feel to fight someone who can do this, nerd?
Now, to be fair,
To be fair,
I can't do that yet.
true. That's a personal choice, though.
I had to take hide and dash.
Titan.
Well, let's move up. Glaive boy is annoying. Well, let's add our Bardic Inspiration to that.
Mm-hmm.
D6, right?
I don't know, Melody. What's your Bardic Inspiration diet right now?
I believe it's D6. Sorry, I don't know where that is on my page.
Under features.
Oh, okay. Features. Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah, it's still a 6. It's a D8 at 5th level.
Okay. Then a 17 total.
That'll hit.
Okay. Thank you for Bardic Inspiration.
You're doing it.
Yay!
For 10 damage. We will bonus action attack.
Mm-hmm.
18
Yep. That'll hit.
to hit. Okay. 8 damage.
Very nice. You could solid claw attacks.
That's it for Titan for now.
Okay. It's sniper over yonder. He's Titan, fitfully engaged. He's going to take a crossbow bolt shot at you. He's going to crit with that crossbow shot.
It's a shame.
18 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And that is his turn. It's a high flying shot, streaks off of scales, kind of peeling some of them back and off. This rider is going to rush around the corner and find a Melody.
Yep.
And is going to take 2 attacks against you. First one is a natural 19. I'm going to need you to make a strength save.
Oh boy. And con save. Later. I'm
yes,
guessing.
after.
Attributes, strength. Okay. Oh, it's an 18.
Okay, so you'll succeed in your strength save, which means you will not be knocked prone. You are going to take, however, and unfortunately, 8 points of slashing damage from the hand axe attack. And then the second one. Way less good. That's only an 8, so a miss.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I thought you meant for me, and I was like, oh no.
No, no, yeah, that's not it. That's not it for you. But as has been observable for these types, is going to kind of lope off
It's a modified 20. And I'm guessing he
Bonus action,
Disengaged.
disengage. Yep.
and I made my con save.
Nice. Relevant because here comes this guy. Doesn't care.
With
Reckless
bane.
attack. The Bane is going to matter. He's going to attack you, Roswin. Big chunky target. Would have been a 23 minus 3, modify 20 to hit.
Miss because of buddy cop.
There you go. What is your current AC at, just so I know?
With buddy cop, 22.
Nice. Wow, that really just saved you. Yeah. So he's going to that's his life. Where's this guy? Ah, there he is. There he goes. Ends his turn. Well, this shot caller is going to use his reaction to incite this bandit to attack again. Still going to keep swinging at you, Roz. Oh, wow. 21, a miss. That Bane is really saving those hits. Oh, hang on. It's
Stuff.
shot caller's turn. Shot caller's going to, I guess, fight the big dragon eye in his face. He's going to attempt to take 2 pike attacks at you.
And he is the other Baned.
Wow. I'm rolling so big on the Bane dice. It's crazy. So 16 plus 5, 21 minus 4, 17.
17 hits.
I rolled very high, 1 from max. 12 points of damage, piercing.
Down goes Titan.
I thought you said you didn't look awful.
He caught it. He
I
just
got
caught that
crit by
crossbow
a
shot.
sniper.
You did
Yeah.
get crit. That's right. Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah. Suddenly, 15 points of damage missing makes someone go from okay to not so okay. Yeah. Red Blades have a reputation. He's just gonna stab you, Titan.
Okay.
Roz.
Oh boy.
Hmm?
I guess I'm gonna try to clear Lilith's way to Titan. Let's just try to kill this guy real quick. Even with advantage, does a 15 hit?
Yep.
Oh, good. He takes 18 slashing damage. All right, and I think it's time to move. Get to here so that Lilith can get to him.
I haven't moved in the last couple turns,
Nope.
so I think I can move with you.
Yeah,
True.
retain that buddy cop.
Oh, I can't because it's not my turn. But
Other thing I'm going to do is bonus action. I'm going to cast Thunderous Smite.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Noted. Lilith.
oh boy, we're gonna put the rapier away and then feed Titan a potion. That's our action. It's a tier 2 potion. If you want to roll it, Titan.
Mm-hmm.
Big money, no whammies.
Delete that off my sheet.
Okay.
He lives.
He lives.
That was her action. Doesn't really have a good place to hide and wants to keep buddy copping. So
They could always dive
that'll be
into a
Lilith's
tent.
turn. She could, but then she wouldn't be buddy copping.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that'll be Lilith's turn.
The fact that that one has a name unsettles me.
Oh, don't be unsettled by Garrett.
I recognize this guy.
Do you?
Might.
Is that the one? Squint. Callista screaming in my head.
No, because ghosts don't have the same sort of peripheries as you do.
Fair.
No, I made this movement without considering choices. However, this'll do. It's funny, I mentioned this the other session with no intention of this happening, but here we are. Roz, make a wisdom saving throw.
You got it. 15 plus 1 is 16.
Damn. You'll just succeed. As you
What a crown of madness.
yeah, it might have been.
Are you trying to madness me, you bastards?
As you begin to feel these prickling sensations gathering to stabbing points in your mind, you manage to grit your teeth and through a little bit of pain break off whatever mental influence you felt attempt to take over you. And yep. Where are you? Yes, the one random person. Now that won't be a thing later, I'm sure. Well, had friends, no longer has friends. Still just gonna
Only it intimidated them.
still just gonna try to do something. Well, it's actually, you make a very valid point. As I mentioned earlier, none that you would immediately be able to tell in the thick of combat, this is not a red blade. So, self-preservation says, this. Stupid wall.
It's the smartest bandit here.
Runs back inside, slams the door shut. Oh, but the problem. It's a fun way to do this, I guess. I've always wanted to do this to somebody. Man, it's never going to take any of you. I'll keep it simple. I'm just going to hit you with an Eldritch Blast instead. 2 beams coming towards Lilith and Roz. Y'all just being a problem over there.
Fair.
21 to hit you, Lilith. 18 to hit you, Roz.
Mrs. Roz.
It's a loss.
A whopping 3 points of force damage. That's their turn. Sniper. You can't be doing that. Lilith, catch a crossbow bolt.
I'm not Corona.
Nope, they're going to miss. All right, what an opportunity for Corona to catch a bunch of ammunition in this fight. Sad. Melody.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah. So I was waffling between 2 spells. But that one has concentration, so I think the Bane might be. Although Titan's not down anymore, though he
Nope.
is prone, but still.
Correct.
So yeah, she's still gonna she's gonna mock this buddy right here that's looming over Titan.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
That's the
what
choice.
could possibly go wrong?
Again, bandits, insanely wise.
Yeah. Well, Melody's not either. So she's just gonna look over to him. What sort of coward are you? Striking him down when he's down. You at least could come finish the rest of us off first. Because she's learned some dumb things from Roz. And she's mocking him.
Mm-hmm. Wisdom save of 2. So that's a failure.
Oh boy. So he feels a little bad.
Yeah. So somewhere underneath all the blood red paint on his face, you'd think he blushes in shame.
And that's 3 points of damage. And they have disadvantage on the next attack roll.
That matters.
It does.
Anything else? You got a bonus
and
action?
healing word to Titan.
Oh, okay. Good choice.
Yeah.
2d4 plus 5.
It's 3 and a 4, so that's 7 plus 5
12.
for 12
Nice.
healing to Titan.
Very nice.
Yeah. And I think Audie is going to stay where she is, because right now no one can hit her that she thinks, except for that buddy over there who knows where she is.
Mm-hmm.
But she's not going to go buddy cop with Titan, because I think he's still prone.
He is still prone.
Okay. Is that your turn, Melody?
Actually, no. I did change my mind, because I'm assuming Titan's going to stand up very quickly here. So that's why I can't move. There we go. And if Titan wants to, she will buddy cop with him.
Once he's up.
Once he's up, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the rider, as has been the story, is going to come running around the corner. Charge at you again, Lilith.
Screw this guy. Warding strike.
Go for it.
That's why I cast the smite. Does a 17 hit?
It does.
Perfect. I am going to warding strike him, ruthless strike him, and use my sanguine offering. Oh, this guy dead.
Right.
Those are all words.
Everything. Yeah. You just the kitchen sink. I see. Yes.
Yeah, I'm giving him the kitchen sink's worth of damage. And if he survives, he'll have to make a strength save.
Mm-hmm. I doubt it, but let's see.
10, 17, 22, 25, 26 plus 9, 35 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since he fails to save because he's dead, his body goes flying 10 feet.
Yeah, part of it does for sure. The other part the other direction.
There's a lot of blood.
Yeah.
It's like Poe belly bumping someone, but not.
That's a much cuter way of thinking of it, yes.
That was my
Poe's
reaction.
belly with a saw?
Anywho, that was his turn. Wait, where was I in the initiative order? I think it's Titan's turn now.
If there's anybody between Audie and Titan left, then they might be going.
True.
I think that was it.
Audie went, and then that guy went.
And then they
whoever's
went.
after that. Yeah, and then they died.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay,
know.
there we go. It is Titan's turn.
Okay. Well, Titan will stand up, use half his movement. Attack Mr. Glaive here.
Mm-hmm.
18 to hit.
Yep. No problem.
Am I doing my math right? Yes, I am. Okay. 12 damage.
Very nice.
Little bonus action attack.
Mm-hmm.
Because we can.
Might as well.
Oh, and we'll critical.
Ooh. Spicy.
Love those. For 17 damage.
One more than you needed.
Yay. And then Titan will go and body cop with Audie.
You don't say.
We are also now a tiny little group.
You don't say.
Oh no, don't say that.
Surely
That's
the one that's
Titan.
like throwing fire at us doesn't have a spell like fire.
Well, first, I mean, all of you are down there. We're gonna shoot Melody.
Mm-hmm.
We're not gonna shoot Melody with a 13.
Yay.
Again, Red Blades have an MO, so they have to live by it. He's gonna come charging around the corner.
To the face of all of us.
Yep. Yeah, again, just absolutely yowling somewhere between human and beast with pretty much zero cares for self-preservation. I think the attack that's going towards Titan, 16, misses, and the attack going towards Raz, 17, definitely misses.
Mm-hmm.
16 misses.
Well, that's as much as is happening there.
As a free action, can Audie scream back at him?
You're more than welcome to, yes.
Yep.
Raz.
All right, not gonna think too hard about this one. Just gonna hit this guy because he didn't disengage.
Mm-hmm.
18 plus 8, 26
Oh,
to hit.
yeah.
I'm not throwing the kitchen sink at him this time, though. It's a normal attack.
It would be overkill.
10 plus 9, 19 damage.
19 damage. Nice.
It's turn.
You've switched to the battle axe, right?
I'm on the great axe.
Oh, okay. Wait, then how's your AC at 22?
Defense, fighting style, full plate.
19.
The cloak of protection and buddy cop.
20. Gotcha. I forgot about the cloak of protection.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. I was assuming it was the shield plus the plate mail plus the buddy cop.
No, there's no shield. I have one. I'm not using it.
Lilith.
Well, seeing that after that, I assume this guy's probably pretty messed up.
Yeah, he's pretty bad. Can't tell which is paint and which is his own blood anymore.
Well, she's holding her longbow. But sneak attack is great. So she's just going to very quickly, with her free hand, pull out her brother's dagger and slice at his throat.
Go for it.
16 to hit.
Yep.
$15 damage.
Enough. You want to give us a little flourish there?
Yeah, I think she sees that these guys have been a nuisance. They're charging in, even if he missed this time. She knows what they do and how messed up Audie kind of looks. So she just kind of bobs and weaves in between her allies, steps forward with a quick flourish, pulls the dagger from like a small, like leather sash at her hip, and just in one swift motion, slices it clean across his throat.
Very nice. Yeah. And in a mess, still attempting to just scream, just crumbles in a gurgling heap. Anything else for you, Lilith?
No, that'll be her turn.
Okay.
She seems almost a little staggered.
Hmm. Let's see. Garrett goes back to the takeout window because that's basically what it is.
Stupid Garrett.
Doesn't really have anything going on. Is going to take a pretty blind shot through this tent. He's just going to fire a pistol shot. It's just so happened going to be targeted Titan because he's the nearest one. Hang on, let me measure my range really quick. Up. Yes. Yeah, as expected. Crack of thunder and a gunshot. A hole rips through the canvas of the tent, but then nothing else. I'm totally gonna pretend like that person's in the combat. They're totally not asleep in a bed somewhere. But the Blood Witch, standing on top of the hill, has been standing there from up on her perch, observing, watching as the camp of red blades that you've all submerged yourselves into essentially has been cut down one after the other. And perhaps unlike her kin, is not so quick to rush in. And you can see this person in these bright red flowing robes, these barbed chains wrapped around her midsection, running up over her shoulders and down her arms, hooked in places. And we'll just look at all of you, then slowly raise a hand with a single finger curling in the air. And there's suddenly a pressure you feel build all around you. Something makes your spine tingle and race up your neck, and you feel an instantaneous response to fear. I need you all to make Constitution saves.
Who's the most hurt? Because I might heroic save you if I think you're about to go down.
Possibly still Titan? Between
Who's
Titan and
Titan.
Titan looks frickin' fantastic
Oh.
Ooh, okay.
For now.
for now.
Speaking of which, gonna play in a field effect, might not play one, I don't know. Except blood and red.
Pretty cool. 17 for Titan.
17 for Audie.
Surprised that hung around for so long.
14 for Roz. Wait, con save?
Con save.
Never mind. 20 for Roz.
Oh, that's way better. Lilith.
Sorry, just looking at the inspiration rolls before I give a number. After making the roll, but before I know the outcome, yeah, I'll stick with it because it's still high for a little 16.
Okay. If you rolled above a 15, which all of you did, you'll succeed.
And still take what?
But I still get to do this. I rolled pretty well.
Uh-oh.
I rolled really
Uh-oh.
well. You know what? I'm just it's pretty good for someone who's rolled a bunch of these in his time. It's above average. 30 points necrotic damage reduced to 15 if you succeeded. As that ominous feeling gathers to a fever pitch and that pressure begins to become physical, manifest, and you feel the edges of your flesh and skin begin to twist and itch and burn away as the Red Blade Blood Witch casts a Circle of Death. Moving on. Meanwhile, this bandit finally getting close to the fight. This sniper going to shoot Melody. Damn spellcasters.
Uh-huh.
Oh, he rolled decently. Modified 20.
Great. I'm going to trigger Callista's hat
Good choice. Very good
as
choice.
my reaction, because I forgot about that earlier, and I'm sitting on 4 health.
Yeah, I was sitting there thinking about it, but I was just like, You're aware of the hat. I'll make it
Yeah,
your job to
I
remember
forgot
the
about its
hat.
other thing. Yep.
Yeah. But that'll bump you to a 22,
22.
which will make it miss. And the fun part is, it's basically just a free shield spell because it persists until the start of your next turn.
For the round. Yep.
Okay, well, moving on. Moving on, Melody. Speak of the Melody.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize we were that low on combatants.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Equal to proficiency. How many other times can I do that? I was just going to make a note.
Once more.
Once more.
Yep.
We have a proficiency of 2. Okay. How close are they? Okay, I was, oddly enough, I was just looking at True Strike there. But I think that says that they have to be within 30 feet, even if I have a ranged weapon.
That doesn't sound correct.
Is it because I have the wrong one attached to me?
You have the wrong one.
Oh, okay. Great. Well, then I'm going to be pulling out my crossbow. And I was just looking at its range.
It should be 8320 if you're using a light
Cool.
crossbow.
I'm using a light crossbow. Where are you sitting? You're at 85? Great. We're taking a 5-foot step. 10-foot step. 5-foot step? I could do it with 5 feet, right?
Very purposeful.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you have to just be within the increment, so 80 feet or less.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I have to break Buddy Cop there, which actually meant that my AC was a 24.
True. The original attack still would have hit, so you still had to do the trigger anyway. But.
Correct, yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Light crossbow means I need to roll a d20.
See, you're mocking her because she's a blood mage going blah, blah, blah like a vampire.
Blah, blah, blah.
Let's see, it's a +4 to hit.
She won't stand for this.
That's a 22.
I'm sorry, who are you targeting?
The Blood Witch.
Oh, yeah, the 22
With-
hits.
Okay. With my light crossbow.
With
That's a 1d8
with True Strike, question mark?
with True Strike. Yeah.
Gotcha. So just, it's all your spellcasting modifiers instead of dex.
Oh.
Yep. It would make the cantrip very bad if that were not the case.
Okay, so it's going to be the 1d8.
So it would just be higher. But yeah, so it's going to be 1d8 plus 5 instead of plus 2.
You suck. I'm going to move that out of my dice box because it was an 8 and then it became a 3. So it's 3 plus
5.
5.
Well, even for 3, 8's pretty good.
Actually, one second. True Strike.
You don't get added damage until 5th level.
I gain advantage on my first attack roll.
Different True Strike. Again, that's the
Different True
that's
Strike.
the wrong
Right,
True
that's
Strike.
the wrong one. Got it. So I get the
You get nothing.
better. No, but I get the +5.
Yes.
So 8 damage to her.
Of which she has suffered it. The first damage of the fight.
Excellent. And I think I'm going to use do I want to stay alive or do I want to give one of my friends bardic inspiration.
It's,
I
seems
think
like
I
a
probably want to
Why?
stay alive.
yeah. I feel like that should
I'm
be a
gonna
pretty
use-
easy choice.
I'm gonna use my last healing word on myself,
Probably a good idea.
or I should say, my last first level healing word. 3, so that's 4 plus 5 for 9. Okay. Yeah. And actually, if I can take any cover from her, from the witch, by moving up here, can I hide a bit?
Uh, if you want to, you're not actually hiding, so
No,
she's
no, but
aware
like,
of that you've moved behind the tent.
she can't see me for
Technically,
line of sight.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. This is a person. And moving on, Titan.
Hmm. Titan. Not enjoying, whoops, everything that's going on there. Go. All right, he's just gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And take the dodge action.
Okay.
And heal himself.
Also a good choice. Especially because this sniper's got your number. Just kidding, dodging was the answer. A 9. You will miss with that shot. The crossbow bolt will land on the grass next to you.
Wonderful.
But this bandit is going to charge up recklessly, so he's just going to swing normally.
Swing normal.
And boy, did he swing below average. 6 to hit. He will miss. Roz.
Okay. Hang on. Can't reach it. Very well. I think Roz's move is going to be trying to get closer to the witch. So she's going to dash to here. And bonus action, second wind.
Fine choice.
Healing 8 plus 4, 12 points of damage. Pass turn.
Okay. Top of the round. I have to be responsible, and we need to call it here. Because it is time for the session to come to a close. And who knows? There could be a terrible, horrendous upset. And not more blood blades being turned into blood. That was red blades, rather. That was not their intended purpose. And who knows what will happen to Garrett? How many lives will he have left? Who knows? Sorry, Kay, what was that? Oh, I think that's everybody, honestly.
We'll experience that.
It's probably just Discord. Good timing.
Hello?
Discord, hi, welcome.
There we go.
Okay,
Welcome
we're
back.
Discord.
That
Blew
was
up,
weird.
yeah.
Yeah, Discord just
No,
had a
it
moment.
happened to be I also had 5,000 MS.
Yep.
Discord blew up.
again, great timing, Discord. We're just gonna wrap up there, and we'll finish the combat next week, hopefully with less difficulties of technical varieties. I don't know. Hey, who's trying to open doors? You stop that.
Sorry, I was actually just trying to look around the map.
Yeah. We're finished next week. Finish fight. When encroaching into enemy territory, but probably not best to just hop over a wall and charge headlong into combat and try to kill everybody. Seems to be working out. Maybe it won't next week, in which case this will be more relevant then. But otherwise, make good choices. I don't know. I really fumbled the bag there. Anyway, we're leaving. Good night, everybody.